can hear you. So thank you so much for that intro. In fact, I was very, very excited this morning when I saw that our guest speaker is none other than my mentor, Hansie Cronje. So I'm very, very excited. I spend most of the day speaking to my guests to come and listen to the person who really taught us this business. So without further ado, I want to share the business with you. Those of you who are guests and you are attending such a meeting for the very first time, I want to welcome you because I think that this business is going to really change your life. It has changed my life tremendously. It has changed the life of quite a number of people who are in our team. Why did Betty and I start this business? We started this business because we wanted a better life. That's all. It's a very simple thing that happened to us. And what is the mission of our company? Our mission is our company to make the world a healthier and a happier place, and it always starts with you. It started with me and Betty 26 years ago when Betty and I moved to South Africa. And she couldn't get a job. I trained as a civil engineer. I did my undergraduate course in Nairobi, Kenya, came to Johannesburg, did a postgraduate course in construction management, because the only path that we knew at that time for becoming successful is education. Education is good because it opens a lot of doors, but it's not complete. That's formal education. Self-education is much more important than formal education. So when we came to South Africa, Betty couldn't get a job, and we started thinking about doing different things. And by God's grace, a lady called Betty and asked her if she'd like to do a business from home that will enable her to look after the family, but also start and grow a business. And it took us 2 days to decide, and we started the business. I remember our first check was about $3 a month. And after 7 months, our income reached $1,000, and that really got me excited. So if you're a guest, just pay attention, listen to the presentation. After the meeting, go back to the person who invited you. They will show you what to do to get started. So Betty and I have been doing this for 26 years, and I thank God that we were introduced to this fantastic business. And the reason really we started the business was 3 things: to make money, and make money. We joined the business to make extra money. When we started, our goal was to make an extra $200 a month. But when we reached $1,000 a month after 7 months, I decided that this thing can actually become a full-time career. So those of you who are not in the business yet, or if you're in the business, you know that there are mainly 4 ways that people use to generate income. The first is called a job, where you work for an organization or a person, and after 30 days, they pay you a salary. A job is good because at least it puts food on the table, but I don't think in the world at the moment there's anything called a secure job. Because of the advance in technology, because of what is happening around the world, so many people have lost jobs. And also there's a lot of internal politics in the job situation. So I don't think the job is the right answer. The second is self-employment. Self-employment is when you start a business, you get some capital, you invest, and you work very hard to provide a product or a service to the marketplace. But you see, if the business depends on you, it means that if you're not there physically, if you fall sick, if you want to attend to family issues, no income comes in. The third way that people use to generate income are called big businesses. These are people who invest huge capital, and they employ a lot of people. But you see, when you employ a lot of people, you also have a lot of labor problems. That is the nature of big business. So this is not available to the ordinary person in the streets like you and I. The fourth is investment. Investment simply means you have extra money over and above your daily needs, but you need 2 other things to invest: knowledge and the scale of investment. Because if you're going to put your hard-earned money to something that gives you a return, you need to know what you're doing. These are essentially the 4 ways that people use to generate income. But the question is there an ideal business? Is there a criteria you can use and say, this is an ideal business for the ordinary person in the streets? I think it needs to have the following criteria. Number 1, very low capital. that is required to get started. Our business, you need between $60 and $100 to start a global business. Number two, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Why? Because this is what people need. Number three, you need to be able to have a global reach. Our company does business in over 50 countries around the world. And in Africa, we do business in 14 countries. In these 14 countries in Africa, the population base is about 450 million people. So you can imagine the kind of huge market we still have to serve with our products and our business, because we serve very, very many people on the African continent. Number four, you need leverage. Leverage simply means you find a way to multiply your time, your effort. Think about this. You and I have 24 hours a day. You sleep 8 hours a day. You spend, let me say you spend 3 or 4 hours either having a meal or traveling or all those things. Then another 2 hours to spend with your family. If you only depended on your time to generate income, you'll never be wealthy. Why? Because it's limited. You need to find a way to collaborate with other people so that you can increase the amount of work or amount of hours that you grow your business. The fifth element is you need a consumable, high-quality product, because a consumable product has repeat sale. For example, soap. Each of us today use soap. That's why we keep our friends. We look fresh. You use soap today, you'll use soap tomorrow. At the end of the month, you buy soap, and you keep doing that until the end of your life. So although soap is not very romantic, soap is a very good business. So we did dealing with consumable product. Then you need a business system. A business system is a series of tools, procedures that you need to implement so that you as the owner of the business does not have to be there. If you go to the banks, if you go to very large institutions or businesses, all of them have business systems. And the last thing is timing. Timing is very crucial in business, because if you don't start your business at the right moment, either it doesn't gain traction or it's too late in the curve. So timing is very important. And that is why our business now around the world is growing very, very fast. But now, what is this business that we are talking about? This business is called network marketing or network distribution. It's a system of distribution of goods and services that cuts out the middleman between the manufacturer and the consumer. We cut out the middleman from the manufacturer. Only one person stands between the manufacturer and the consumer. That is a distributor like myself or some of my colleagues. There's no advertising in this business. We don't have wholesalers or retailers. That means all that money that could have been paid to all these middle people is what is paid to distributors like ourselves. Products are explained to customers. We are paid for successfully referring customers to the products, because the company has a way to track down how many people are actually buying products. Products are researched and developed on your behalf. That simply means that although you're doing business for yourself, you're not by yourself, because you have got a whole support structure. Neolife has built infrastructure in over 50 countries that supports your business. There are no qualifications required except 3 things. You need to have a desire to succeed, you need to be teachable, and you need to work hard. If you have these things going for you, you're starting from a very strong base. And this started from the dream of one man, Jerry Brasfield. At the age, when he was a teenager, he had very, very serious asthma. And when his mother gave him rational remedies and he got cured, he decided to start a company that helps people to lead successfully healthy lives. But why has Neolife lasted for all these years, since 1958 until now? Because of Jerry's vision, and based on the principles we call the corporate principles. First is absolute honesty and integrity. We believe that we need to tell our customers and the public the truth. Secondly is people are number one. The most important resource we have in our business is people. Third is products that work. Neolife spends a lot of money. They put together the best scientific minds to do research and development so that we have the best products in their categories. Then equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody who starts this business starts at the same level. And then you need to have long-range vision. If you're starting this business, you need to have a long-term plan. Initially, you have a 2 to 5 year horizon we believe that if you follow the training system and advice of your mentor, between 2 to 5 years, you should be financially independent. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA. In 1971, it came to South Africa. 96, 97, we went to East Africa. 98, 99 to 2000, West Africa. If you're a guest, this business has come to your doorstep today. So, why do people start this business? People start this business for so many different reasons. Like Betty and I started a business to make extra money. Some people want to start the business because they want a better life for their children, to build their dream homes, to buy dream cars. People have got so many different reasons why they want to start the business. Some start the business because they want to travel. Some start the business because they want to make money. I think a lot of people start the business because they want to make extra money. Some people start the business because they want to be physically fit. So people have got different reasons for starting the business. And when you start the business, you're partnering with a company that has got more than 60 years experience, operating in over 50 countries around the globe and supported by the Scientific Advisory Board, a group of top-notch scientists who develop first-class products. Which are these 4 ranges? We have 4 ranges of products in our business. The first is called the Golden Home Care. These are products you need for cleaning your bathroom, your kitchen, your toilet, everything in your home that you need to clean. We've got the product for you. The second is a personal care range of products. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotions. Some of these products are fantastic. Third is a skincare range of products, the nutrients, organics. The biggest organ in your skin, in your body, is your skin. So it makes sense to look after it. And the fourth is the health supplement. The health supplement are a nutritional supplement made from natural food sources because that is what the body recognizes as food. And the health supplements are the highest selling range of our business, okay? So how do we build this business? How do we build the business? We build the business when we do what we call the 3 daily success habits. And what are those? The first thing is we use the products. We use the products by changing our shopping habits so that we buy products from our own businesses. But also, we want to use the products because I don't think you should advise people to use things which you don't believe in yourself. So the first thing we do in our business is use the product. Now, because Neolife operates in over 50 countries around the globe, we use a point value system to measure the size of business. Okay, 100 PV is roughly $160 worth of business. The second thing we do in our business is share the business opportunity. That simply means we introduce other people, families, friends, relatives, neighbors, to be also promoters of the products. What do? They also use the product. So if you introduce 6 people to become promoters or users of the products, plus yourselves gives you 7, that is 700 PV, you become a manager in the business, and your income is about $45 a month. The next thing we do is we teach the people we brought into the business to duplicate what we do. Let's say the person introduces, on the top right corner, introduces 2 people, who each introduce 2, plus yourself gives you 7 people. That is 700 PV, plus the other 6 gives you 1,300. Your income is about $90 a month as a senior manager. The next thing you do is you teach the people you brought into the business to do what you do. This is called duplication. You see, the key thing about our business is many people doing a little each, and that creates a tremendous amount of business volume. Okay? So in this example, we've got 6 people who also introduce their friends, relatives, who also built a 700 PV unit. If there are 6 of them plus yourself, 6 times 7 is 4,002 plus 100 is 4,300. You become a director in the business. And when you become a director business, that's when really life becomes exciting. Okay? So, but what is the next thing that you need to do? The next thing is not everybody will want to join the business. Some will want to be just customers and buy products from you. These people, you make a 20% net profit because they're not registered. They cannot buy from the company. you make a profit of about 20% of the value of the products. The third thing we do in our business is personal development. That simply means that using the training system and your sponsor will guide you into building a business system. And through training, support, conferences, you become a better person, a better business leader. You know more about the products, you know how the business works, you know how to raise leaders in your group. And if you want to earn more money in this business, you need to learn how to help other people become successful. If you help one more person become a success in the business to a director level, you become what we call a certified director, and your income is about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people become directors, your income goes to about $2,000 a month. If you help 6 people reach director level, your income goes way beyond $5,000 a month. It's a really fantastic business. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce my mentor into the business, the person under whose feet I have learned what I know about the business. He's been a steady rock in our lives, in our business for the last 26 years. I want to welcome, I think the only Mzungu today. Hansie, it's really my pleasure to welcome you to share with us your story. I learned a lot of things from you since the last 26 years. Even as late as last week, I still learn from you. So, Hansie, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the meeting to share with you our story. Hansie.
Good evening, Pascal, and thank you for the kind words and the kind introduction. I really appreciate that. And we have really become great friends through the years. And thank you also, Paul Mwatu, for hosting this event there from Kenya all the way. It is such an amazing experience nowadays with the help of the technology and with Zoom to just make contact and connect with each other all over the world more regularly and in a special way that we call Zoom. This is really amazing. So thank you, Pascal, for explaining in an excellent way this exciting business opportunity. It is really something very special, you know, and I just want to mention to everybody that during the past 2 years when there was COVID and everything happening and there was lockdowns and challenges with everything, our business just went on and on because our business was declared an essential service company. And all over, we also make use of couriers. And we also have this amazing website assistance. So everybody who gets involved get their own website for free. And this is really an incredible support that we get from the company Neolife. So my name is Hansie Cronje. I'm sharing with you tonight from the beautiful Cape Town and the southern point of Africa. And I really feel privileged because I remember that first time that we went with the opportunity with Pascal and a few other people and started to introduce the business opportunity in Kenya. There was really nothing happening. There was no distributor center. There was no products there available or anything. But we are so excited that we found the most amazing people in Kenya and all over different countries that are also linked in tonight. From East Africa, West Africa, and other countries. It was such a privilege to meet the wonderful people in Africa and start introducing a business opportunity that have changed many lives. And especially the guest here tonight. I just want to share a few things to encourage you with the decision that you made to be on this call tonight. I remember that first time that my wife and I, Lydia, ex-social worker, when we were listening to this opportunity and listening to the presentation of it, we were really skeptical. We didn't know if it's going to work for us, you know, and that is the big thing, is when you look at this opportunity for the first time, you know, is that you have to realize you have to have a little bit of faith to take a step of faith in what you see, because only in time things will show how good it can be and work for you, like for many thousands of people already in East Africa and all over the world. So we started because I was full-time in the ministry as a pastor. I could not pay all the bills. My firstborn was born cerebral palsy, and we had tremendous challenges, high medical costs and everything. And we were also blessed with two beautiful daughters. And, you know, there was a lot of overheads and everything. And those people who know about pastors will actually know that they don't really earn a lot of money. So it was really, really challenging to keep on going financially. I remember how many times the bank manager was all over my back, you know, asking me, when am I going to pay back all the money that I owe him? And I didn't have any answer. So my wife and I were really praying for a way out of this. And I tell you, it was so amazing when we were introduced by friends called Mike and Renee, and they introduced the opportunity to us, and we will be thankful for them forever for reaching out to us in this regard. And we look at the opportunity, and it was very challenging for us because we didn't have any money. I didn't have any money to get going. And I tell you what I did. I just said to them, bank manager, listen, I'm going to start my own business. He really fainted. But when I mentioned how small the amount is to get going, he was really, he said, okay, that's okay. It's such a small amount. It will not really make a difference in your bank balance. And that was one of the best decisions we ever made. It was a difficult time when we started. My wife was expecting our second child. And I tell you, it was not easy at all, because the woman will understand it better than the men. That's not the perfect time to start a new business when you're 3 weeks away from giving birth to a baby. But we started. And, you know, I was a little bit taken aback when we earned our first commission check. That was in Kenya shillings. It was about 500 Kenya shillings. And I thought, this is very, very small money. But then I started to realize, if we can earn 500 shillings, we can earn much more. It is just the first step in the right direction. And really, through the grace of God, we believe, we went on, and things have changed tremendously for us through the years. And in about 1.5 to 2 years' time, I was close to equaling my salary as a pastor. And that was on a part-time basis. So that's the beauty. You can start this business on a part-time basis, you know, spend, let's say, 5 to 10 hours per week consistently for the next 2 to 5 years, and you can change your life forever. Eventually, we went full-time into it, and I'll share a little bit more about that. But I remember when we started, you know, we had to really believe. And the new people here on the call, and people who have been involved some time, you have to build on your belief consistently. And let me tell you what made it easy for us is I declared Jesus Christ as the CEO of my business from the very beginning. And that gave us a lot of hope. That opened up a lot of doors for us. And it just gives me a lot of confidence and trust that he is in control. I'm just following his advice, and I will do the work. And you know what's the work we do? We must realize that when we start in this business with the products and with the opportunity, we are handed wonderful seeds. And our work is just to sow the seeds consistently. And you know, some of the seeds will not grow, some of it will go away, but some of the seeds will fall into fertile soil. And there's always the promise, when the seeds fall into fertile soil, it can produce 30, 60, and 100-fold. And that is amazing. That is what we have seen through the years. So we were not really worried that we will waste this good seeds, because we know there's a promise that when the seeds find the fertile soil, it will start to grow 30, 60, and 100-fold. So it was wonderful to know. And we also had to start to believe in people and start, building a team with them and really start to work on our personal growth. Because in the beginning, I was also playing the blame game. You know what the blame game is? You blame everything and everybody around you for the situation we are in, but we never realize that there's always one person on the scene all the time, and that's you and me. So I decided and realized that we have to take personal responsibility, make the decision, and take personal responsibility for this business and start to work it without making any excuses and blaming anybody else for things that doesn't work at all. And that was an excellent decision that we made. And we started to work this business and it starts showing result. And I want to share a few exciting things that happened with us along the way. When we started, we didn't really believe that anything good will happen for us, but we took responsibility. We started to think about some dreams that we want to achieve. We started to set some goals. We put some action plans into place. We started to work this business, because you cannot sit back and think the business is going to work himself. It will never happen. We have to put in the effort consistently. And let me tell you, the law that says what you sow, you will reap is really true, really true. And what a joy. I remember, when we started the business, I had an old Volkswagen Golf. Now, I don't know how many people know about the Volkswagen Golf, but the one that I had was full of rust. And one day when I closed the one back door, opened it up, it actually fell off the car. So I went to the scrapyard and I had to get another door. I couldn't afford a new one. And you can just imagine this picture, this beige Volkswagen Golf full of rust with a wonderful looking blue door. And that really motivated me. So I remember when we made the decision and we bought our first brand new Mercedes-Benz Elegance 230 through this business. It was just that experience, when you climb into that new car, the tank is filled with petrol, you drive it from the floor, you smell that leather seats, and you look through that Mercedes Star, and I tell you, you realize that all the effort was worth your while to experience that. And what a big difference from a rusted Volkswagen Golf. I remember my wife's face when I started to share with her and say, listen, from now on, you can start buying some dresses that will fit your body and not your budget. And also when we started to become world team members, I remember how exciting it was. We were staying in Cape Town at that stage, and the company paid for us, and we flew from Cape Town up to Johannesburg and was there welcomed as brand new world team members in Neolife. I really felt like a millionaire. What was really exciting is our first international convention. When we started the business, we didn't even have a passport, but we had to get passports because our first international convention was in Disney World in the United States of America. And let me tell you, it was an experience. We got there and we really caught the dream, because the whole Disney World is built on dreams and everything. And really that got us going big, big time. And when we became President's team members, I remember the last 1,000 points we had to do was really the toughest part. But let me tell you, we got there through the grace of God and through the guidance of our CEO, Jesus Christ, and I give him all the glory for that. But another thing that was very exciting is what you can do for your children. I remember my children's faces. They were still young, and we planned a holiday for them in Disneyland Paris. And let me tell you, they even today remember it so clearly. They have the photos. they have the experience, and they will always remember that. And what is one of the biggest highlights of my life is that today I'm living the dream to be a freelance pastor. So I'm still involved in the ministry. I love it to touch people's lives in many, many ways, but nobody has to pay me anything. I'm just going on and I'm just sowing good seeds in the life of people around me. And that is an amazing experience to live the dream today. And we've been living that dream already for more than 20 years. And you know what this business does for us? It is the best way to build a residual income, a pension. So that is also amazing for us, you know, that this business can give you residual income because we have products that people need over and over and over again. It's a sustainable business. And when you build the business solid over the next 2 to 5 years, you will have a wonderful income that so many people on this call can also vouch for. And what is really amazing to us is that we are building now on a legacy with our children. Our children, my 2 daughters are married now, and they and their husbands are getting involved. And I just want to know quickly, she must be somewhere here, but my one daughter is here on the call tonight, Madelise Anderson. Madelise, if you can just put on your video and just unmute yourself that I can just see where you are. It is difficult to find you here, and I will see if I can find you somewhere. There's so many amazing people on this call tonight. So if you can just unmute yourself and just show your face.
Sorry, Hansie, maybe she can just click raise your hand so that I can be able to see her and enable her to unmute herself.
Yes, so Madelise, can you just, yeah, there she raises her hand. If you can just unmute.
All right, right away.
There she is, unmute and show her face.
Okay, she's our host now, she can go ahead.
Madelise, there you are. Fantastic, there she is.
Hello.
Ah, good. Just say hi to the people.
Hello, everybody. I'm Madelise Anderson. I'm Hansie's youngest daughter. And I'm a second generation Neolifer. It's so great to see all of you here from all over Africa, and it's great to be here. So the great thing about being a second generation Neolifer and being partnered up with my dad is that we go to amazing places. Last week we went to Zimbali Resort in Durban, where we stayed in an amazing hotel and we had just a ball. Went to the spa. Neolife treated us amazingly. So, and it's so special sharing it with my dad, doing these things together. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm married now about 5 years. I also stay in Cape Town, about 2 minutes away from my dad, which is lovely. And I just want to tell you how why I started Neolife. So I grew up in a family where my parents did Neolife, so it's all I knew. But I went to go study for 3 years at a CPUT here in Cape Town and got my diploma. And like all my other friends, I wanted to go and, you know, start a normal job, work for a boss, like all my other friends were doing. I wanted to experience that life. So I went and I worked for a few companies. And then right after me and my husband got married, the company I was working for retrenched me. And it was very difficult for us because suddenly my husband had to now be the sole provider for our household right after getting married. And we still had the wedding debt hanging over our heads. And he suddenly had to provide for both of us, which was very difficult. So I made the decision to join Neolife. And it is the best decision I've made. Since then, I've traveled quite a few places. Me and my husband was able to buy a house in a lovely area where we always wanted to live. And you are free to work on your time, your own time. So I'm a housewife and I work from home, which is amazing because one day when I have kids, I can be a stay-at-home mother for my kids and be there for them like my mom always was for us. And yes, no, this business is really a great opportunity that anyone should grab with both hands. And it gives you everything you need. It gives you hope for the future, financial hope for the future, and can give you financial freedom. So that's my story. Thank you so much, Hansie.
Okay, Marlies, thank you for sharing, and that's the exciting part of this business. Your business is willable and you can leave a legacy for your children. And we're already starting to experience something of that. And that is really, really a blessing in our lives. So thank you, Marlies, for sharing tonight with us a little bit about your experience as a young person, and I believe that any young people here tonight must really take note of what she shared with you here. This is, folks, only the beginning. I tell you, you in East Africa, you now busy there. The opportunity is, for example, for 26 years in West Africa, more or less the same. But let me tell you, you only started. The future is absolutely bright because there's so many people who need what we have, especially in the days we are living now with the economic challenges that we have. You can know that Neolife have proved itself through the years as a dependable company, the most amazing dependable products. There's many network marketing companies. All the time there's new ones, but they come and they go and they come and they go. But Neolife stick around, and our products stick around, and we stick around for years and years and years and years. And we don't plan to go anywhere. We want to stick around. We want to be there to support you and to help you. And let me tell you, you have the most amazing support in East Africa. You've got this wonderful support from Pascal and Betty Ulo, also East Africans from South Africa consistently. I really appreciate them so much for their strong leadership, for their belief, for their integrity, and the wonderful things that they do. And you've got this amazing team there, sales support from AJ Johnson and Paul Mwatu and Fred Garcia and the whole team there all over East Africa and West Africa. There's also wonderful support teams and all over. And we have only started. The opportunity is so big. You must start looking at the young people and all other people, because the world becomes more tougher. And then when people struggle financially, I guarantee you their eyes open up for what Neolife has to offer them. We have seen it all the time. Year after year after year, we've seen that. So we are just starting up now, and I want to encourage you to know that if we can, you can do it. We are ordinary people, and the people who are on the call for the first time tonight, take note when Pascal is going to close this meeting for us now. Take note, get serious, and start do what needs to be done, because your future is in your hands. God bless you all, and thank you for sharing. Over to Pascal.
Thank you very much, Hansie. It was really exciting to see Marlies also sharing her experience in the business. And when we tell people in presentation that this business, you can go from generation to generation, I think US is a fantastic example of that. So those of you who are guests, remember Hansie said that one of the things that you will get when you start the business is the company will build for you a personalized website. If you want to order products, you can do them online. If you want to register a team of distributors, you can do that online. The company starts for you your personalized website called your back office, where you can monitor and manage your business. Training is done locally and internationally. For example, now there are people from so many different countries attending this meeting. Delivery of products to our customers. The company contracts courier companies in various countries. Payment is done online, either by mobile transfer or like electronic funds transfer. One of the things that Madelise was talking about is traveling. We really have fantastic experience. Betty and I had the privilege of attending one of this Ruby orientation leadership training in Johannesburg at Santon Sun Hotel. In 2017, we had distributors going to Dubai. Those are some of the leaders who attended the conference in 2019. If you're a guest, what do you need to do to get started? Speak to the person who invited you. They'll give you an application form. In South Africa, it's between 720 to 2,810. In Kenya, it's 7620 or 9,280 Kenya shillings. In Nigeria, it's 20,600 or 26,500 naira. In Tanzania, it's 145,400 or 178,400. In Uganda, 211,000 or 251,000 Uganda shillings. In the USA, $75. Sweden is 930 Swedish krona. In Italy, 64 euros. In Ghana, is 280 or 447 Ghanaian cedis. In Cameroon, is franc CFA 52,000 or 65,000 franc CFA. So this company does business all over in 50 different countries. In Africa, we're in 14 countries. Hansie told you, I think what Hansie told you is very important to capture. We're just getting started. We have a population base where Neolife is formally registered in Africa that covers a population of 450 million people. Think about this. All those people are waiting for the business opportunity and the products. The more you share it, the more your business grows. What do you need to become successful in the business? Remember, success begins with a decision. That's the first step. The next step is you need to have a dream. What do you want to do? What do you want to succeed? What keeps you awake at night? Number two, find out what you need to do to be successful. You need to be teachable. Okay. Number three, hard work, discipline, courage, guts, persistence, faith. All those things are very important for success in the business. And four, faith in yourself, faith in your sponsor, faith in the person who invited you, faith in the company and its product and the leadership of the business. What next? Speak to the person who invited you. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we wanted to share with you. If you're a guest, go back to the person who invited you and wish you the very best. Paul, I'd like to hand over back to you. We thank all our guests and distributors who were attending this meeting with us. Thank you. God bless and good night.
Thank you so much, Pascal and Hansie and Madelise for such a powerful presentation. I'm sure our guests on the call, you have been able to pick something from that amazing presentation about our business. You may not learn everything on the first day. So just as Pascal has said, please speak to the person who invited you. They'll be able to give you more information on how you can start, now you can be able to get started. And who knows? In the next couple of years, you could be the person seated where Pascal, Hansie are sitting and sharing your amazing story. So I want to thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to be able to interact with you more as you join this spin. So we have come to the end of our meeting. Have a wonderful night and see you soon. Thank you and bye-bye. Good night, Pascal.
Good night, Paul.
Good night, Hansie, if you can hear me.
Good
Bye.
night. Thank
God bless.
you.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Hansie.
Good night,
Good night,
Madeleine.
Bye,
Madeleine.
Pascal. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.